Rhythm can move you, it can move you to tears. Beautiful melody that tickles my ears. Don't think of heaven or a God in the sky. My soul will sing forever when I die. Oh, enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. Does chaos rule? Does order reign? Depends on whom you choose to blame. Designed it all but was left to chance. Create, destroy with just one glance. Enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. I'll walk around a mile in your shoes. If you won't be afraid to lend me yours to use, and hold your tongue before you accuse a friend for cheating if you lose. Enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. Does chaos rule? Does order reign? Depends on whom you choose to blame. Designed it all but was left to chance. Create, destroy with just one glance. Oh, enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. Why will they never ever feel your pain? Why do they fear that we're all the same? Transparent skull, you can see my brain, and we'll all get wet if it should ever rain. Oh, enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. Does chaos rule? Does order reign? Depends on whom you choose to blame. Designed it all but was left to chance. Create, destroy with just one glance. Enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see.
We have a button for that, Ben. It's one of the Twitch reward redeems. You get to throw stuff at my face if you use it. But welcome in, Mackenzie. Welcome you to the 37th episode of CCW Titans. And we will be kicking off momentarily. See? There you go. We'll be kicking off momentarily with Trios competition as we preview the going-ons in the C1 Cup, with the only competitor who has a bye tonight, that is Jesus Diaz. So he teams up with his Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade compatriots against Destined. Okay, yes. There we go, I'll just throw 10. Why, thank you for making sure that I'm staying honest. Also welcoming Cleaver, and Lewis too. But let's see the arrival now of the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. I believe all 4 men are coming out. Congratulations then. Oh, it's a silly joke, but I enjoy those, so I don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the flying contest is a trios bout scheduled for one fall. Introducing the competitors first, climbing their way down the aisle, fighting out of the red corner, being accompanied to the ring by JC Cruz, the team of the ATWE Hardcore Champion VJ, the Idol John Ewing, and Captain Boricua Jesus Diaz. They are the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. Oh, you're not gonna boo the PRBB? I mean, one of them has a championship. Look at that champion, set to defend later on tonight over in ATWE when they go live for episode number 27, I believe. 27 we're going into tonight? Let me double check. Yeah, it is. I can keep track of the counts. Walking down the aisle together as a united force. It'd be so much easier if someone had just decided to like outpace and like overdo streaming a shit ton of CCW to one, catch up, and then two, just pass by 10 episodes the ATW count. That way we could just both be on the same episode numbers and it would be nice and convenient, but no, I had to just keep streaming and have fun. But in any case, the Twitch ping has now gone off, so those that weren't already aware will be, and we are, well, second Twitch ping. Yeah, no, that's the thing, he has been getting to work. How dare you let real life get in the way of your fake wrestling video game? Jesus Diaz, VJ, John Ewing all entering the ring. Like JC Cruz too. Yeah, but money's nice to have. Yeah, look at these ones. They're saying there's only one Punish Brigade to be worried about, and there's only one man who's going to win the C1 Cup, or only one man's going to walk away with that hardcore championship tonight. VJ may feel a bit hard done by that. He has to wrestle twice, but we've got timey-wimey swamp magic bullshit that lets us teleport them from here in Auckland, New Zealand, all the way over the world to where ATWE will be filming from, emanating live from later on tonight. Welcome in, Moira. Look at that, we delayed long enough. Yeah, we are getting close. Close to that indeed. I think I've surpassed CCW Season 2, so woohoo. But ladies and gentlemen, now introducing their opponents, coming away down now, being accompanied to the ring by Paulo Jr. winging tonight at a total combined weight of 881 pounds. The team of the country, the Sue Killer Buckwheat, the CCW Openweight Champion Angus White, and the current reigning and defending CCW World Heavyweight Champion Henry Allen. They are destined. The only thing I will say is that I love having the unique 4-person entrances for some of the teams. Like goddamn Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade, why do you have to take so long? Stagnation Destined, they get to the ring quite quick. All the generic 4-person entrances get to the ring so quick, but Jesus Diaz makes us wait whenever he arrives. Yeah, once we get to the other side of Winter Warriors, you would have outpaced CCW of Season 2. Thank you. I'll be here all night. But we're about to be underway. Trios competition, Angus White leading Destined, while Jesus Diaz will be leading Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. Both men starting off for their respective sides, and oh, double axe handle to the back, and Angus White not taking kindly to that. Oh, just running right through Jesus Diaz with the knee. I think Jesus Diaz was trying to take out his legs from underneath him, but Angus just drove the knee through the face. Referee Drake Henry presiding this one. It's also been interesting to see the return of what used to be the singular referee of CCW, Toyota Suzuki, to help in officiating these C1 Cup matches. Oh, stomp to the back of the head. Right now, and we're continuing that duty all the way through to CCW Conquer Dallas, but I believe that is when his last contracted appearance with us is this year, so we may see him again later on down the line, depending on what fate demands, but at the moment he's meant to be refereeing one of the matches, but oh, kick to the face there of Jesus Diaz by Henry Allen, and Henry Allen fresh off a successful title defense against May last time out on episode 36. He's riding high on confidence. He had a brief lapse where he got that tornado DDT to the outside on the concrete, then cut it inside the ring by May. And he lost that, had to take a brief bit of time off for some concussion protocol, much to the chagrin of both Ryoma and Blake Bishop. They didn't get their preview tags against Blake because Henry was off on concussion protocol, and Ryoma because Henry was in the main event that night defending his championship. So those two don't get a preview. And John Ewing punching Henry Allen down, kind of interrupting the attempted tag move that Jesus Diaz was looking for with the hardcore champ. Floating over into the pin, ref counts. One. And only one. I'm going to take your time, my friend, as Jesus Diaz pulls Henry up to his feet. The Playboy on the outside, whispering some advice. Going for the tag, but VJ not seeming receptive to it. You have to wonder, oh god, kick out back. What is, like, is there a disharmony within the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade? We've seen everyone but Jesus Diaz inside the Hardcore Championship division of ATWE. Started off with John Ewing getting 7 eliminations in that big 30-person eliminator gauntlet, where he had JC Cruz lay down for him to get him a 7th elimination. VJ and JC Cruz were both in the match that saw VJ become the ATWE Hardcore Champion, and himself and John Ewing were brawling in amongst one of his defenses, and well, VJ was refusing the tag from Jesus Diaz before. The Gladiator perhaps getting a bit too big for his britches, but now that wheelbarrow into the neck breaker on the outside, that concrete, a very dangerous place to be taking moves, especially for someone that's 61 years of age. But from the top, crowns him, does the idol, and leaps in. Here comes Buckwheat. Drop kick. These are the two people in the ring that I wouldn't mind taking a fall, but John Ewing more so than Buckwheat, who's set to be challenging for the World Trios Championships in Dallas. Drop down. Leapfrog. And oh, went for something. Got hold of the wrist and sliding it down. Paulo Jr. up on the apron, but wasn't able to save Buckwheat from those punches to the midsection. Now to Lariat. Drop in the country. Desu Killer. And the idol springboard. Leg drop. Into the bin. Rip out 1. And only the 1. Uh-oh, Paulo on the outside, pulling at the legs of Ewing. Drop down. Nope. Sling Blade! That Sling Blade has proven deadly in the past. 1, 2. Kick out by Buckwheat, but almost not. Uh-oh, keeps up. Urinati! Anaconda Vice! Anaconda Vice! Angus saving Buckwheat. And now Buckwheat leaps in for the tag, perhaps. There it is. The spear! Spear to the World Heavyweight Champion. Roll up, roll up, roll up. Referee there's counting. No, kicked out of it before the ref can count the 1. But uh-oh, John Ewing, bad place to be, bad place to be. Gut wrench, suplex. Caught in the grip, he does not relinquish. number 2. And for a third time, the French gut-wrench machine suplexing the idol John Ewing. Trifecta of them, and now Sleeper. Sleeper hold, center of the ring. John Ewing has to escape. Oh, but managing to wrench free one of the arms. Now the elbows to the side, the face. Springboard lariat, desperation moves here by Ewing. The idol trying to get some support, but Angus is in, and Angus will not be fouled by your clothesline, young man. Off the ropes. Back into the Samoan drop. Angus is asking the Colossal see him. Are you not entertained? But if anyone's got to be the one to ask, it will be the Gladiator, who went for a springboard but gets caught the trap squeeze. This meaty bear-like paws of Angus White not going to let VJ escape, and the Hardcore Champion stopped in place now. Forearm, and VJ regretting forearming Angus. Pop up, ambiguous savagery! Jesus Diaz immediately in, breaks the pin. And no. Looking for final journey. Pack your backpacks, cause you're about to go for a ride. Oh god, grabs him. Kiss. Final journey! Into the big maps to win the 1, 2, 3. VJ, you have reached your destination. Openweight champion pinning the Hardcore champion here in this dress contest. A temporary supporter of Destiny for tonight. That's just to see the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade vanquished. Got 4 C1 Cup matches, and in your main event of the evening, it will be Simo White defending his First Blood Championship in an open challenge. Apparently, CCW management have confirmed the competitor who challenges, but it's going to be left a mystery, and for whatever reason, the Scrap Trap has been assembled here in the Colosseum as Destin celebrate their victory. Oh, look at that, Henry and Angus hanging it out. Buckwheat looks proud. Not the first, it won't be the last time we've seen the First Blood Championship defended inside the Scrap Trap, but it is curious why they, powers that be, have decided to assemble that structure for tonight, but never mind that, because the C1 Cup continues here as we see Just In Case taking on Wesley Reed. Of course, Wesley Reed currently on 4 points. Just In Case the only competitor on 0 points, and if Just In Case loses this match or does anything other than outright win it, he is eliminated entirely from the competition. He'll still have to fight the remaining matches on his calendar, but that is more for the sake of the other competitors than himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it is a part of the C1 Cup. Introducing the competitors first, currently fighting his way down the aisle, weighing in tonight at 199 pounds, fighting out of the red corner, representing Direction X. He blames Canada. Justin Case. Now he's entered the ring. You can see he's got a fighting spirit about him tonight. He does not want to be the first man out. He does not want to continue this losing streak within the tournament, but doesn't necessarily look like it's going to change anytime soon, and Wesley Reed certainly doesn't want it to. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, currently his way down, now fighting out of the blue corner, representing the Yardy Boys, weighing in tonight at 250 pounds. Yes, the Jamaican Juggernaut, Wesley Reed. This here is 250 pounds of just unbridled fury, managing to go 2-2 thus far, defeating the Bloodletter Arch, defeating Jesus Diaz, but can he do the same here against Justin Case? There's only one way to find out. That's by watching the match. It's about to get underway. 51 pounds. We're underway. Oh, big arm drag. Punches. Oh, sweeps the leg out, and oh god, capturing him, and oh, welcome to paradise. The paradise lock cinched in. Just in case could just leave him like this, but no, kicks him in the ass and breaks the hold. He found the only key. One kick out. If just in case had left him like that and rolled him out, he should do that on the outside the ring. Just leave him like that. Get the 10 count. Just in case could steal victories left, right, and center, because countouts are just as valuable in this contest. The collar and elbow, and in the ropes. Irish whip. Oh, springboard. Arm drag. Drop kick. Oof. Away from the center of the ring there. Turn around. Oh, forearm. Chop. Forearm. Chop, no, blocked. Oh, chop, blocked, punch. These two just get into a brawl. He's like, come on, small man, I can do this all day. Just in case, though. Oh, the punch and then the slap ran out across the ears. And again, returns fighting Reed, but super kick after the second slap there by Just in Case. And down goes the Juggernaut. Oh, forearm, slap, kick to knee. Oh, back elbow, and there's a lariat. Dropping down Wesley and into the bend, legs not hooked, and that could have been crucial. If he had hooked the leg, that maybe have gone to 2 count instead of just the 1. But now this gets lariat taken down. The Jamaican Juggernaut, as we continue to C1 Cup here in CCW. He's 0 for 3 thus far, just in case, and he's driving knees into the mat. Excuse me, he's 0 for 4. Oh, 8 foot on the ropes there, ref. Ref, the foot is on the ropes. If Wesley Reed taps, this could be controversial, but no. The ref spotting the rope break at the end. Oh god, big brogue of a boot there. Almost Breen-esque. Now, sits out into the camel clutch. He's sitting deep on it too. Desperation there, just clawing at the fingers and sweeps the legs out from underneath his opponent. Just in Case narrowly escapes in the springboard crossbody. You can see just the pain etched on the face Just in Case. Uh-oh, hammerlock. The lariat combination turns him inside out. The power that Just in Case just generated to turn the large man inside out with the swing of the arm. Stomps the mat where Wesley Reed was laid out. Now off the ropes. Oh god, dead candy, almost a spinning heel kick. Now, oh, punches, midsection kick into the midsection. Elevated, oh, the exploder there. Oh my, I thought he was going elevated flatliner for a second, but now He's gone from the high red district. Gonna fly from the top to the outside. Crossbody! The price that can be paid, but luckily for him, his opponent paid the price, and now just fish hooking the nose of Wesley Reed on the outside. The ref only starting to count once he lets go of the fish hook. It's Earl David's way of saying he admonishes it. He does not approve. Get back into the ring. Now we go. Case have something in mind here. As Wesley Reed's on all fours, off the ropes. Oh, kick to the arm. And now Irish Whip using that same arm he just kicked. The good arm, the right arm, the forearm coming across the face just in case, and now lifting him up. Oh, he did that down. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. Oh god, but maybe not even the choke bomb. 1, 2, kick out at 2. No leverage across the shoulders, and that's what saved just in case there, I suspect. Oh god, center of the ring. Wesley Reed rolling just in case over. But just in case. Kept rolling back onto his stomach. That doesn't matter because Dominator dead lifted the opponent off the mat. 1, 2, 3. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, 0-5, just in case, has now been eliminated from the C1 Cup. It's not able to hang here in the singles division, it would seem. He was one of the winningest superstars we had here in CCW this season. He was 7-1. That one came a tag team loss to the Cole in the World Class Tag Team Tournament at the beginning of the season to crown our normal tag champs. Just in case, has picked up loss after loss after loss in this tournament. Whereas Wesley Reed has really been getting his boots under him. He's after 5 victories this season now, when he came in with only 1 or 2. So bravo Wesley Reed, that's the 3rd set of points he's picked up in this tournament. Thus far he's joining likes of Morgan Justice and Casey Spade at 6 points, but will he be able to continue on this momentum? Only one way to find out, that's to keep watching the C1 Cup. Finishes, concludes on the night of Conquer Dallas. So we'll have to wait till then to see for sure if he's won or not, but we continue on now to the next contest. The second bout of the C1 Cup for the evening. It's not Roman Reigns, it is in fact Blake Bishop going up against Jared Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout, and it is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing the competitors first, currently his way down the aisle, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in tonight at 228 pounds, Blake Bishop. And he's flexing as he makes his way down the ramp. One does have to wonder, the first man to become a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion here on CCW, feeling confident coming into this one. He's only managed to pick up 1 victory thus far, and that was against the eliminated Just in Case on the first night of competition. Since then, losing and dropping points to Ryoma, dropping points also against Morgan Justice. It's his head in the game. He's got focus where it needs to be. So you're going to get eliminated relatively early on, like just in case. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, currently makes his way down now, fighting out of the red corner, weighing tonight at 219 pounds, representing Logan Drake Industries Limited, Jared. Woo! 9 pounds difference rather than 51 like in the last contest, so I don't think power is going to be the differentiating point between these two men. Experience perhaps will be in Blake Bishop's favor. Been going at it for at least 10 years over in ATWE and 5 years for CCW. This could be a defining match in Jared Wolf's young career. He's able to put down the 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, who put himself onto a lofty 6 points rather. Oh, that will be a lofty 4 points, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong thing for a second, but here we go. Matchup underway. Minoru Takayama, the official for this contest, as the boot and chops, but rolled straight into the pin. Jared Wolf trying to steal. Uh-oh. Oh, kick to the midsection. Jared with the stomp to the boot. Now, oh. After the left leg, it would seem. Yep, sitting down on it, and Jared Wolf has picked his target. He's going to work on the left leg here of Blake Bishop, and that will be his approach for the entire match, it would seem. Yep, there he goes, stomping on the ankle. Training camps of Logan Drake Industries have been intensified as of late, it would appear. And with the newest acquisitions for Jared Wolf's manager, the star client being Taryn, of course, who's gunning for the ATWE World Championship over in our brother promotion, as well as the acquisition of the Premier, Susie Gondrol. It's been expansion hours for Logan Drake Industries Limited. Of course, the original two members, Smash Barnett and Jared Wolf, then the Black Chapel came under his purview, joined his portfolio. Now, well, then he saw Jamie Shepherd joining along. That was 6 people, and since then has gained at least another 4, maybe another 5 if you include the still on the shelf Gary Jackson. Logan Drake wheeling and dealing his way to getting some pretty strong men. A former ATW World Champion, the last one in fact, and perhaps the next World Champ, though. That does make you wonder what's going to be the deal if Taryn wins the championship. Anthony A-List does have a rematch clause for the ATWE World Championship. I don't blame him for not wanting to be anywhere near the title picture when Taryn's around, but if Taryn does what Taryn does best and goes on a monstrous run, and he's a world champion contender, he's a world champion fighter, he's been a world champion before, where does he go instead? What happens to his rematch clause if he doesn't use it? And if he does use it, will there be infighting within Logan Drake Industries Limited? That is the sort of question that just runs through my head as Blake Bishop sends Jared Wolf into the steps. Stomp to the smaller back and then a senton on the outside. Referee getting up to a count 4. And a reminder for those watching, 10-minute time limit, yes, but countouts are valid as well. Oh, small package driver. Count of 6, and Blake Bishop may have made a mistake here. Uh-oh, Jared sees Blake Bishop climbing, so tried to dive on him, but that was a bad mistake. He reset the count, so he's not going to get counted out, but He saw Bishop getting to his feet, so he knew that he wouldn't get the count-out victory, so he tried to do something big on the outside, and it missed. For lack of better, or for lack of more flowery way to say it, and oh my god, airplane spin on the outside, trying to disorientate Blake Bishop. Dropping him down, and if Blake Bishop doesn't know where he is because he's too dizzy, then he won't be able to make it back to the ring, but... Oh god, elbow drop to our back! Grabs a hold of Bishop after delivering that devastating elbow to the back. He's trying to copy the move that saw Tex Sweeney put on the shelf by Zach a few weeks back over in ATWE. That elbow drop to the spine, the one trying to break ribs, but Blake Bishop kicks out at one. Kick caught. Now returns 5-1 to knee. Fashner! Fashner out of nowhere, and the smug little prick he is, just a little grin and that little dance. 1, 2, 3. Blake Bishop doing Blake Bishop things right there. Fishner out of nowhere. And then just a little shimmy with his cocky grin before he goes in for the pin. Well done. That Fishner is deadly. That one was close, yeah, it was. Unfortunately for Jared Wolfe, he got caught with the Fishner out of nowhere. Blake Bishop, much to the chagrin of the crowd, especially with the way he celebrated landing his move, gets another 2 points at Jared Wolfe's expense. And here, the Colossal see him burn him, but I think he's relishing in that, actually. Oh, he does another little jig. Dear Lord. Well, let's just keep on keeping on. So we go on to our next C1 Cup contest. This one is going to be the Bloodletter versus Ryoma. What should be a hard-hitting contest. Ladies and gentlemen, the blind contest is a singles bout scheduled for 1 fall, 8-minute time limit. Introducing the competitors first. Currently makes way down now, fighting at the red corner, weighing in tonight at 219 pounds. Well, they call him the Natural. They call him the Creator. They call him the Bloodletter. Oh! Well, Arch aiming his shot. That bow and arrow pointed right at the World Heavyweight Champion on the Champion's wall. He's made his intentions clear. Himself and May defeated Destin in their preview match. May was unsuccessful in her World Heavyweight Championship shot 1-on-1, but Arch currently 2-1. He's on 4 points. He wants to join the likes Morgan Justice, the likes of Casey Spade, and the likes of Wesley Reed on 6 points. But so too does Ryoma. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent. Climbing his way down now, fighting out of the red corner, weighing tonight at 273 pounds. He is the Tiger of Kyoto, Ryoma. Tiger is looking to maul Arch in this one. A big test for both of these competitors. Either competitor have lost one match. Ryoma defeated by Morgan Justice, Arch defeated by Wesley Reed, both of them in the first round of competitions, the first night that the C1 Cup kicked off. They've been undefeated ever since. The only hiccup for Ryoma was that first night, and much like Arch managing to pick up victory over Destin in the preview tag that was on his bye from this tournament. But here we go. You can see the Tiger Kyoto is ready to fight. Referee Toyota Suzuki presiding, and oh, what a boot Yakuza kick straight away and sit down on the sternum. Oh god, knee left right there. Ryoma starting off here on the offensive, and Arch needs to get his bearings or else he may lose straight away, but reverses the Irish whip, duck down. Leapfrog, and Arch with the back elbow. But Ryoma, big lariat, not going to let the control slip from his grasp for too long. At least he's determined not to. Big chop, and Arch with the forearm. Oh, a punch in return. Forearm, forearm, chop, punch, chop, punch, chop, punch, chop, punch. No, missed the punch. And he says, you know what, screw this. Grabs a hold of Arch. And, oh, tricky way. And, oh my god, he just busted open Arch on the turnbuckle. The bloodletter made to bleed by the Tiger of Kyoto here. Irish whip off the ropes, pops him up. Ambiguous savagery. Into the pan. 1, 2, 1. My god, but Arch is bleeding right now, folks. Ryoma doing what not many have done. I'm just sat here shocked. He's busted open the bloodletter. And now, crossface, crossface. Foot on the ropes, the foot's on the ropes. Arch's foot is touching the rope. Toyota Suzuki's not seeing it. Arch has to fight free. Kick to the midsection. Springboard. Moonsault into the inverted DDT, the Scorpion Deathlock. Or death drop rather. And now, crossface, crossface. And much like Arch, it's questionable. Is this rope break? Is this not? Doesn't matter. He got his foot to the ropes, and Arch is honorable. Let's go. Elbow to the sternum. He looked back, saw where the feet were, and now hooks the leg away from the ropes. To 1, 2. Kick out by Ryoma. Heated start to the third C1 Cup contest of the evening. And the elbow, but Ryoma moves and stomps him down to the ground, and just the knees now to the side of the head. Tiger of Kyoto got out the way and used his foot to help Arch down onto the concrete. And it wasn't a very helpful thing if you are the bloodletter who's currently been busted open by his opponent here. Ryoma drawing the blood of Arch. And not finished with the assault on the outside. So we go to our camera person to get a better angle on their fighting out here. Coming back into the ring. Ryoma wants to beat Arch inside the squared circle. To stomp to the back of the head and then one to the hand. Blows him over into the pin. You can see just the anguish on the face of Arch, but the kick out. He is pissed off that he's been busted open, and that could backfire for Ryoma. Midsection kick. Suplex. Brainbuster! Springboard. Elbow, but Ryoma moves out the way again. Over the top rope. Crashing to the outside. Just yelling to the crowd, and he's waiting for Arch inside the ring. He thought he was going to bounce off the ropes, but Arch went flying over. Such is the power of the Tiger. And oh my god, the inverted just release capture. Thank the Lord, just sent him flying. Floats him over, and now Tiger of Kyoto, oh, sleeper hold. And look at this, making Arch look at the rope, saying your salvation's there, but you're not going to reach salvation. Yeah, see? Oh my god! Ryoma! Dear Lord Arch just bodied at the end there. Ryoma making him look at the ropes, and he had it cinched in so tightly that Arch had to tap or he would have faded away. Look at that. That's your salvation. Try and reach. Try. You can't. Ryoma busting open Arch, then tapping him out. And as such, going up to a coveted 6 points. Wow. Ryoma winning via submission here. Earning another precious pair of points in this contest. Move on to our final C1 Cup contest of the evening as Morgan Justice and Casey Spade fight to figure out who's going to officially, air quotes, eliminate. Just in case. Will it be one or both of them? But it's also to see who's the top dog. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch the entry order because I want them to be wearing the right colors in the right corner. Here we go. Yeah, but this here is both of these competitors coming in tonight with 6 points apiece, both wanting to walk away with 8 to their name, but they could also walk away with 7 and still be top of the pack, the both of them. We await the arrival of the Valor Club member, of course representing the Valor Club here in CCW as part of the Wolf Pack alongside Charlie Valor. See the other members of the Valor Club on our Champions Wall, the current World Trios champs. Never mind that now because, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit and is a part of the C1 Cup. Introducing the competitors first, cutting his way down, now fighting out of the red corner, representing Valor Club, weighing in tonight at 230 pounds, he is the Ace of Spades, Charlie's, Valor's favorite tag team partner, Casey Spade. Nice and refreshing hydration. Can't give in. But yes, I looked at the words Casey Spade and directly under it were the words Charlie Valor. Yeah, doing very well, debuting in this tournament. Has only fought in singles competitions, 4 matches in his career for CCW. 3 of them victories. The only loss that Casey Spade has taken up thus far was in the opening night of competition against Jesus Diaz, but a lot of our strong starters lost their first match of the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, running his way down the aisle, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 147 pounds, representing the Star Hearts. She is the Blood Bringer, Morgan Justice. The Bloodbringer Morgan Justice has done very well thus far in the tournament. Much like her opponent tonight, she is 3-1. Her only loss coming against the Bloodletter Arch via pinfall. So very, very tough woman to beat, and has more than earned her right to compete here in this tournament by her performances thus far. We are underway. Final C1 Cup contest of the night. A super kick to the midsection and the uppercut to start us off. Casey Spade wasting no time. Bust out the super kick. Now to stomp right on the midsection, the entire torso just about. stomped in by that big boot. What a big shoe size footprint of Casey Spade. Large into the bin. One, no, not even. Seems there's very similar trainers to our referee, Drake Henry here. Uh-oh, floats over into the Boston Crab. The ref asking her, is she gonna tap? I'd be very surprised if Morgan Justice gave up here. They're just powering out of it. Got a firm base planted with the legs now to head scissor. Elbows to the top of the head, trying to bust open Casey Spade perhaps, but the Ace of Spades creating distance, but not enough because Morgan Justice from the top rope looking to fly. Oh, forearm! Dear Lord! Of course, these same rules that I've not mentioned them all night, but if anyone from anywhere just interferes in this match at all, they get suspended for a month. And whichever wrestler that they assisted or attempted to assist gets docked a point. We've yet to see anyone trigger that particular rule, but I'm glad of it. Oh my god. Oh, big slam on the concrete. Morgan Justice grabbing a hold. Casey Spade now dragging him around at ringside. Or returning him to the ring, or trying to, but the ref's kind of in the way. Back into the ring she goes, and Casey Spade taunting. Uh-oh. Over the shoulder, slips out the back. Oh, God, right to the knee. Chop block, and Morgan Justice tried to create distance immediately to check her own leg, but Casey Spade followed, but was perhaps a bit hasty. Got caught with that pump handle drop on the back of the neck on the concrete. Got thrown around at ringside. Andrea Steele not just getting in the world title scene here in CCW. She's due to be facing the ATW Women's World Champion Andrea Steele tonight on ATWE Live. Directly after this broadcast, it is due to start about 5 PM Eastern. Or 5:30, depends on what the broadcast conditions are like. At the filming location, of course, storms ravaging North America right now, so do not be surprised if the broadcast coverage kickoff is delayed, but once we get it live, we will be live through the entire show. I've been assured by the technicians in the ATWE arena. Morgan Justice joining Casey Spade on the outside once more. Uh-oh. No, no. Oh, using the concrete on the knee. And look at how he's clutching that left knee. There's no knee pads underneath those pants. Oh, God, now into the steps. There's no protection for Casey Spade's knees. That could be coming back to bite him right now. His knee gets driven into the small of the back. Stomps to the left leg. Oh, God, no, 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 no. God! Driving it down into the concrete with the boot. Now, oh, God, Dragon face buster! Referee's count of 6. He's counting slowly as Drake Henry doesn't want to see this in and count out, but Morgan Justice may force it. Keeps picking up. Casey Spade was looking to throw him into the steps again. The Ace of Spades returns to the ring. He could have tried for the count out, but instead, he's an honorable sort apparently. Oh, big, just arm strike to the face, and now Stomach-kick! Yelling to the skies. Casey Spade says, I'm gonna win, damn it. Away from the turnbuckle, scoop slam, and from the corner, Casey Spade to the second rope, looking to fly, calling Morgan Justice to her feet. What does Casey have in mind? Went for the drop kick, but he couldn't get the full extension of that left knee. Couldn't extend it, and now, oh, planted down, rings a Saturn. Nowhere inside are the ropes. This could be it for Casey Spade. He's got a tap. And once again, those rings of Saturn. Morgan Justice picking up a crucial 4th victory and putting herself ahead the rest of Pact at 8 points. the work she did to the knee of Casey Spade on the outside, proving to be vital, because you see him scoop, slams it down here, goes for a missile dropkick, but could not get full extension of the leg because of how much damage had been done to that knee, and didn't connect. And as such, Morgan Justice was able to quickly regain control before sinking in that Rings of Saturn. Once again, Morgan Justice prevails here in the C1 Cup, the first competitor to reach 8 points, and will be the first competitor all week to do so, because we don't have anyone else competing in the C1 Cup tonight. No, now we move on to the men's First Blood Championship. The referee will be Earl David. We do not know who the competitor challenging is. We of course know our champion is Simo White, but let us see, let us see. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event of the evening, and it is a first blood match scheduled for one bleed inside the scrap trap for the men's First Blood Championship. Who is the challenger? Let us find out. The scrap trap suspended above the ring here in the Colossal Seam. Apparently a special request of the challenger that CCW management decided to grant. Who is it gonna be? Oh my god. Bandaged and everything. The CCW faithful are shocked as the ATW World Tag Team Champion T-Dog, Mr. Marshall Mayhem himself, the ruler of the scrap trap, has arrived here in CCW. We've not seen him here all season, but he's decided that he wants to take the First Blood Championship from Simo White. Got pile driven on the concrete, and ATWE Bloodsport got defeated by Breen and Simo White alongside Jeffrey Emingham, and will be facing off against those two at Winter Warriors. But he's decided he wants the First Blood Championship to join his current gold. He's coming in bruised, and I've been told that Simo White is... Oh god, he's taken off his neck brace backstage. He said screw it. If he's not going to wear a neck brace, neither am I. And I'm understanding the scrap trap why CCW management granted this boon to the challenger. Because of who the challenger is, and here comes the champion. Champion coming out to the champion's music. First Blood Championship proudly around his waist. He's... oh, no, he... well, he's put the neck brace... I could have sworn he's taken off that neck brace, but no, it's been shoved on him by someone backstage. And medical professionals seemingly getting the better of Simo White. Yeah, perhaps North put it on. But hold up. What's he doing? Oh god, he just... well, he's... oh, he just tore it off. Okay, he's taking off that neck brace. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the competitors first. To my right, challenger, fighting Out of the red corner, he is one half of the current reigning and defending ATW World Tag Team Champions, the Sacktown Outlaws. He is Mr. Marshall Mayhem T-Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, now to my left, champion, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 230 pounds. He is one half of the Battleflies, the current reigning and defending CCW Man's First Blood Champion, Simo White. Your referee, Earl David. Asking for the championship and gonna present it to T-Dog, who is wanting to walk out of here a double champion. Gonna hold it aloft for the crowd. Now the scrap trap going to be lowered around these two fighters, and you can see just a bit of apprehension perhaps in the eyes of Simo White, and blocks the discus with the collar and elbow in the uppercut. Sends T-Dog off the ropes, duck down. Leapfrog. Oh, big scoop and a slam. T-Dog, of course, a master inside of the scrap trap at knocking out and submitting opponents, but Simo White's proven proficient in busting them open. He's already busted open T-Dog in the past when they had their match at Bloodsport, and now hangs him out to dry on the top rope. He's telling him to get to his feet. Come on, masked boy. Come on. Very similar color scheme that T-Dog's worn tonight to the Battleflies. Perhaps trying to psych him out. He boots along the face. Of course, the bandaging on T-Dog was an absolute war. Oh, went for the knee to the back of the head, but T-Dog sensed it coming and moved out of the way. And oh my god, clutching at the knee. Springboard! Poison Rana! Yeah, the damage accruing on both of them. And Bloodsport, of course, Simo went in with a neck brace due to some of the punishment that Destin had been laying out to him here in CCW. Everybody going after the necks of the Battleflies, but in all fairness, the Battleflies started it, going after the necks, especially of the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. Now double foot stomp rolls through. Kick to knee, high kick. Oh, another one, and now Snapdragon suplex right onto the back of the neck. The target defined for T-Dog, but it's not the neck you need to be going after, it's the face. Chop. We saw how difficult it is to bust open Simo White, because whilst not official title defenses, every single match he has, his championship is effectively on the line, because if someone busts him open, they become the new Men's First Blood Champion of CCW. And off the ropes goes T-Dog flying. Bloodsport, he busted open T-Dog, and we honestly, Ben and I from the commentary team of ATW, have been expecting that at some point it was going to bleed, but now the triangle center of the ring, this is a familiar sight. T-Dog locking the submission inside the scrap trap. This time doesn't get a tap, and it wouldn't have mattered if he did. And he's calling for the end, I believe. He's calling for a final nail in the coffin, but oh, elbow to the top of the head, blocks him. The flurry of strikes, oh god, oh, blitzing Simo White with his hands, and oh, kick to the side. Simo just absorbing these blows, not a care in the world, into the ropes and back off him, slams him down again. First time in a long time that we've not actually seen weapons involved in the First Blood match here in CCW. Maybe you count the scrap trap as a weapon itself, and oh my god, pile driver! He's just telling T-Dog to bring it. Oh, Irish whip off the ropes. Spare! Now slapping him. Oh god, inviting T-Dog to punch him, and now returns via the slaps. These two are just gonna chop and punch and slap each other, and forearms and elbows. They're just gonna strike until they can strike no more, and someone gets busted open. Oh, David's only job right now is to call for the bell when he spots blood And T-Dog is an honourable sort. He's signed a contract that if he gets busted open underneath his mask, he'll yell out blood. It's the same contract that every competitor who has got an obscured forehead signs for this championship. Same in the women's division as well. So if we saw any of the masked competitors from over in ATWE competing for Kayla Turner's championship, then they would do the same. But scooping a slam, down goes T-Dog. Punch. Uh-oh. Backdrop driver! Right on the neck. And both men, that took it out of them both. This really has just been a bit of a mini war breaking out between the Sacktown Outlaws and Simo White alongside Breen. Of course, I'm getting word that North is due to return to the ring officially soon. It's actually been announced to be part of the Trios contest, and this here is what won him the championship. And he's done it here against T-Dog. But, he's not finished. Spare! And they're trapped inside the scrap trap. So he can do whatever the hell he wants inside the scrap trap, sparing T-Dog after the match concludes. A warning statement, how dare you come into my house and try and take my gold. Just an extra exclamation point after the match concludes, cutting his challenger in half with the spear. Yeah, the same way he won the championship, he defends the championship. Wow, that is a successful defense again for Simo White. And still, 10th championship, or 10th win, 2nd championship defense officially. Simo White here, and well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for tonight here in CCW, but within the next hour, we will be seeing ATWE go live on twitch.tv/Archerful, so make sure you check it out. I'll be on the call for that alongside Ben as we see an action-packed card of offense later on tonight. But thank you for tuning in to Titans. I've been in Medic Entity, you've been yourselves, and get home safe.
So glad you came.